Hi, Travson here, and welcome back to our adventures in Outland. Last episode, we slayed some bone lashers for Mog Grimshot. Today, we're going to continue leveling in Terakar Forest. We're going to have a chat with Malukaz. So let's go see what he is all about. He's got a pretty good setup here.
Blood and thunder.
Until I traveled through Nagrand and came to the forest, I feared that too much of our original culture was lost. I'm thankful to see that I was wrong. There is so much more to be done. Vestments of the Wolf Spirit. Generations ago, when Orc clans still called Terakar Forest home, the Wolf Spirit played an important role in their lives. When the Orcs departed, they had no longer had any need for the Wolf Spirit they left behind. In time, the spirit grew lonely and it too left the forest. I believe I can bring the Wolf Spirit back to his ancestral home, just as we Orcs have returned. The ritual will require me to create vestments from the pelts of the wolves of the forest to guide the spirit back to its home. Alright, so,
Go with honor.
time to slay some wolves! So let's go do that. But yeah, we're still in Terakar Forest. It's interesting to hear that Terakar Forest was once home for the Orcs. So I guess the Orcs lived in the forest while the Draenei lived in the city. Must have been scary to leave the city as a Draenei. You know, the Orcs. Well, I guess they lived peacefully, right? It was until the Burning Legion came and got the Orcs to drink the Fellblood. That was when the Orcs went a little bit mad and attacked Shatrath. I kind of like the TBC lore. It's cool. Been trying to learn about it a little bit more since I'm leveling a Blood Elf Paladin and a Draenei Shaman, so... it's been interesting. And I'm trying to RP on the Draenei Shaman. I still have not thought about the RP for the Hunter yet, but we'll try to figure that out soon. Alright, so we found some wolves. Oh. Gotta watch over that Night Elf Hunter. I want him jumping down on me. One thing about TBC you gotta watch out for. This flying alliance can come from anywhere. And you can't escape them. Which is another thing I hate. These druids are supposed to always get away. Well, I'm interested to see how the drop rate is. Yeah, we also picked up the Torgo's quest yesterday. This is a group quest. So, most likely I'll have to find a group for it. It's probably a decent challenge. We also have to find his carcass before we can summon him. So I gotta figure out where that is. So we didn't get any pelts yet. I thought that's kind of weird. The good thing is there's tons of wargs here. So I don't have to worry about that. Been watching some Final Fantasy streams lately. And I was watching a raid. I don't know like the names of the bosses in the raids because I'm a big noob when it comes to Final Fantasy. But one thing I noticed is that the flashing lights in raids are overwhelming for some of them. I don't know if all the raids are like that, but I was watching a fight and there was like tons of flashing lights. And, I don't know how long I could handle that for. Because I guess I'm just not used to it. I would assume if you, like, played the game a lot, you would just get used to it. And I also wonder if there's sliders in the game for, you know, bright lights. I assume you could probably just turn the graphics down, which is something I wouldn't want to do, but... there's probably some sliders to turn down the flashing lights and stuff. Because it really hits you. Okay, so we got a hunter here. It's a level 70 hunter. I wonder if he'll attack us. Let's see. Let's see. I'd be tempted to attack me right now. Still tell me what type of alliance he is. No, he's a farmer. He's not a griefer, he's a farmer. But wait, he's thinking. He's like, should I kill this druid? Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Actually, let me think about it. Let's see. Okay, don't have much more time, man. I'm gonna be leaving soon. Think I could hit him with a moonfire? No, I can't. I wonder what he's doing. He's just like waits for these things to spawn. He's probably looking for mines and herbs. But yeah, Final Fantasy. It's kind of... I'm looking at new MMOs, because there's a lot of new ones that I haven't played. And I wouldn't say Final Fantasy's new. It's been out for a long time. But it's a game I've never played as an MMO. And it's getting a lot of hype the last month and a bit. So I've been checking it out. I've also been checking out New World. New World reminds me a lot of ESO, which is a game I played a little bit. I didn't really do a lot of endgame on it, but I did get my character to max level. You didn't get to max the other part. There's like another part of leveling. It's like challenge points or something like that. I didn't max that out. I got that to like half, I think, like level 500. So I wasn't really like a maxed out character, but I did go through the leveling process, you can say, and I did some dungeons. I'd say pretty casual ESO player. I found that game to be pretty fun. So if New World's an upgrade from that, I could see New World being pretty good. But the only thing I'm worried about is content, because new games tend to not have much content. And then there's Tibia. I was looking at Tibia, and they got a retro hardcore server coming out this month. And what a retro hardcore server is, it's just an old school server with old school rules. Hardcore means just when you die, there's a chance you can like lose your stuff. There's no flagging system. Anybody can just kill anybody anytime. They're not penalized for killing you. So it's pretty hardcore that way. You can pretty much wipe somebody off the server. And I know that's like a rare group of people like that. But I've always been a little bit interested in that type of stuff. Even though I'm not like the greatest Tibia player, I always take interest in games like that where you just lose your stuff and you can like get wiped off the server. And where deaths, not only that, but deaths you lose experience when you die as well. So it's rough. The only way you can protect yourself from that, from like dropping loot, and when you die, is through having these things called blessings, and these blessings cost a lot of gold, which takes time to farm. So if you don't buy the blessings, then when you die, you most likely drop gear and your bag. It's pretty hardcore. I don't think I'll play. I played hardcore once, and I didn't. I died a bit, but it was fun, and it was exhilarating. That's what I get out of it. The exhilaration of knowing that when you die, it costs something. That's why when I die in WoW, I'm kind of pretty chill about it, because I know, really, like In PvP, you don't even lose durability on your gear. You get a PvE death, do take a little bit of punishment, gold-wise, I guess, since your durability gets a hit. Or a loss, I should say. I think WoW would be kind of messed up if they made it to where you dropped your gear and stuff on death. The world PvP in this game is it's pretty unbalanced and people can get destroyed pretty quick. And it's also laggy, like when you have a bunch of people on a screen, it really lags. No, we could be in trouble here. Dodge it up. I think we'll be alright. Yeah, Tibia is a great game. Old school game. It was made in 1996. It's one of the older MMOs out there. It's older than WoW by like almost a decade. And it's a cool game. I think it has one of the best player housing systems that I've seen in an MMO. It has pretty much homes are a part of the world. So say like Shattrath City, for instance. You could buy a plot of land in Shattrath City, and that would be your home. You can put up, like, you know, boss heads and cool loot that you picked up and show it off in your windows. And people will be like, oh, that's cool. Look at that guy's house. It's got this cool stuff. And you can have a key. And the key system is pretty much like you can write a character's name in, and those characters are allowed to enter your house. That's it. And you have to pay rent on your house every month. So if you unsubscribe from the game, you'll most likely stop paying rent, and then, you know, your house goes back on the market and people can bid on it. And some of these houses, when they're in like prime locations, like imagine a house next to the bank and the auction house in Orgrimmar. That house would be worth like millions of gold to just to be able to rent out every month. So people would be bidding like crazy over that. And when a new server comes out, like this retro hardcore server, people bid like a lot of money, a lot of gold or whatever currency's in the game to own a stake of that land. It's the best housing system. WoW never got it right with player housing. They tried with garrisons and it didn't do too well. But I just think it would have worked well in WoW because, like, I don't know, it's a 3D game and there's too many players on servers. The thing about Tibia, it's not the most popular MMO. So, like, a server will have, like, I don't know, like 1,000 players tops. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe a little bit more. And then, like, a WoW server has, like, you know, tens of thousands, some of them. So, the world would have to be gigantic for there to be, like, a player housing system like that. And the one thing about Tibia that I think keeps it going is they keep on adding new content to the game. And you could imagine a game that's been out since 1996. The amount of content that game has is insane. Like, you can play that game like for, I don't know, I wouldn't say forever. Obviously, there's content you can run out of, but it's there's a lot of content. It takes you years to even to explore the entire game. And there's no level cap. Players can just level and level and level and level. But the thing is when you die and you don't have blessings, you even when you do have blessings, you take an experience loss. So when you die, you lose XP, and you can lose a level sometimes when you die. So that's where it hurts. And there's some players that have characters over level 1,000, which is insane. It takes a very long time to level a character up that high. The highest I've ever got in Tibia, I think, is like level 130, and that's like not even considered like that high today. There's people who get to like level 200, pretty experienced players, in like a week or two. And the reason why they're able to do that now is because the game's clearly started monetizing off their player base. They added things like experience boosts and all these, quality of life things to the game. And it's made it a little less hardcore. And I think it's good because, they got to keep the lights on, so you got to monetize somehow. I think that's why the game's still around. They also sell stuff like skins, like WoW, skins, mounts. All the regular MMO stuff that you would see in a store, in-game store. And it's a 2D game. It's not even 3D. It's 2D, and it's square based, which is cool because it's different. So like you can block people in like in WoW you can just run right through somebody's body. In Tibia, you can't do that. Like, you can block somebody in, and that's what they do if they want to, like, trap somebody. You can trap somebody with a bunch of characters and block him in. Like, say, like, he's here, and, like, there's a wall behind him, and then there's, like, 3 characters here blocking him off. And, like, he can escape, this guy here, by pushing. You can, like, drag and push players, and then when you push, you can, like, sidestep and then try to run away. It's a cool game. I don't know. I think it's one of the best MMOs out there. It's just... the problem is that it's 2D. People are just too used to 3D now to give 2D a shot. And I think players don't like when they lose stuff when they die. I think the majority of people don't like that. It's not very noob friendly. But I was lucky to have some friends who were playing the game since they were kids, so they kind of just showed me the ropes and helped me get into the game. And if they didn't do that, I would probably never would have checked it out. Yeah, that's enough about Tibia. Yeah, I recommend checking it out sometime if you never played an MMO. And the cool thing is it's free to play, but there's a premium membership, and pretty much if you want to access everything, you gotta buy the premium. That's kind of the same stuff with like ESO, and you can play ESO for free, but if you want all the expansions and you want your bags to like have more space, then you pretty much gotta buy the monthly sub. I think all good MMOs have enough monthly sub, to be honest. It's hard for MMOs not to have that, I think. Oh, is that the hunter? Oh, warlock. Yeah, I'm really excited for the MMO community. A lot of cool games out, or coming out. And then there's a lot of old games that are still making content, but they're just like not being heard about, so that's another cool thing. I'm interested to see what the looking for group tool is going to be like. Hope it's good. I just hope there's no like add-on that tells you like this is his gear. You know what I mean? Like a gear score. I'll be kind of upset if they put your gear score in TBC. I don't mind if they add gear score in Wrath eventually, because like obviously gear score came in Wrath. But when you have gear score and like a Raider IO score and all that, it can get a little toxic. Because people will just take the person with the higher score, right? That's one thing I like about like, you know, this system that, you know, you just spam and say invite me. Kind of allows like players that don't have the best gear to slide into groups. Obviously as a group maker that's kind of crappy, but for newer players I think it's good. Who's this guy? Iron Jaw. This guy looks pretty cool. He looks pretty damn cool. Big Iron Jaw. Should we fight him? She will leave him alone. Leave him alone for now. He's probably gonna have to fight him after this. How many people out today? Well, there's some 70s, but they're all on flying mounts. One thing I know I probably said this a million times, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of flying mounts. I think it takes away from the world. But the cool thing is that you can only use it in TBC, which is nice. We're leveling at a decent pace. We're clearly almost out-leveled. I wouldn't say out-leveled the zone, but a pretty high level for only 64. But once we're 65, I think it's time to move on from Terracar Forest. Looks like we got some guildies doing Ring of Blood. I believe that's in the Grand Quest. You like fight a bunch of bosses, I assume. It's a lot of XP. It's really good. I don't know if I'll be able to do it on my druid. Maybe. Have to ask some guildies to help out. I think you need like 5 people. Yeah, I was looking at the reports, or I don't know, someone's been going around saying they leaked a report saying that Blizzard has been losing players ever since the launch of, I believe the launch of Legion. They've been slowly losing players. And the launch of Overwatch. It's kind of sad. But it makes sense. Gaming's really competitive now. It's hard to keep people playing the game when there's so many games to play. There's a lot of good games out there. But I think TBC's holding it up a little bit. Thing is, I don't know if I really believe the numbers. I don't know if that was at the... They had like a conference meeting. I forget what they call it, investors meeting. And then I seen some graph. I don't know if there's I didn't get the context of it, so it might be wrong. Because one thing I do know is that when Classic came out, supposedly the numbers like skyrocketed. And I remember like Classic WoW brought in a lot of people back to playing World of Warcraft. That was honestly my favorite, my best time playing the game. Classic WoW, by far. And I still think today it's the best. Like whenever I was like, when I was younger and I was playing Wrath, and there was just these people saying, "Yeah, Classic WoW the best." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, I never knew. I just took their word for it." But after playing it, it's for sure the best. Well, in my opinion. I had the most fun playing Classic. TBC's been not bad. But I don't know, a lot of my buddies like kind of just steamrolled through everything. So they're kind of in like a limbo right now. Just waiting for new content to come out. And I'm just taking my time. I got a level 70, but I still need to do like all these, like the dungeons and stuff. There's dungeons I haven't even done. So I'm happy I did it that way, because if you rush, it gets really dull, I think. The cool thing about Classic, they had like like new phases coming out all the time, so it was really like, spiced it up a bit. I think we've been waiting like close to like 2.5 months for Phase 2 TBC, which I think is not bad. And yeah, like leveling was I don't know, it was way more hardcore in Classic. I wouldn't say hardcore, but it was just longer. It's more of a journey. TBC focuses, I think it focuses more on endgame. And the problem when Blizzard's focused more on endgame, it gets beat so quick, you know what I mean? And then people run out of content, and what they do, they level alts. And then after you level your first alt, get them loot. It's kind of, I don't know, it's rough. Yeah, you don't really want to do it a third time. Oh my gosh, am I gonna die here? Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. Like ran right into a Lost One camp. Wasn't a good idea. I think we'll be okay. Are they still chasing me? Yeah. And then I get dazed my first hit. Gotta love it. There we go, got away. Alright, let's go turn this quest in. And then we'll head back out. That's one thing I don't really like about New World, how they have the shop that allows you to skip content. I thought that was kind of silly, especially for a new game. I don't know if it's still in the game. Maybe they took it out. But I think like that was just... It's not a good thing to do when a game's new, right?
What do you need?
Were you able to find all the pelts that I need? These are perfect flight carrier. I could not have asked for better. We've done well in gathering the first pelts. The final piece of the vestments require a pelt unlike any other. There is one particular wolf, an old and cunning one, that has earned his place as the patriarch of the forest wolves. He is known among them as Ironjaw, the mighty hunter. In my visions, I have seen him wandering the northeastern region of the forest, including his pelts in the vestments will surely light the wolf spirit's path. Do not mourn Ironjaw. He will be well honored.
Strength.
Alright, whatever you say. Whatever you say, Malukaz. Who's crying? Someone's crying in Stonebreaker. Alright, so now it's time for us to slay Ironjaw. That's why we kept him alive. I've done a lot of these quests on my rogue. But I didn't do all of them. There's a lot I haven't done. But I did a decent amount of Terakar Forest. I didn't really step into Netherstorm, which is somewhere we will go on the Druid for sure. And I didn't go to... didn't do too much in the Grand and too much Shadowmoon Valley. And then I started leveling my rogue when we got into Terakar Forest on my Druid. So Zangarmarsh and Hellfire Peninsula were... I wouldn't say new, because I've played TBC before, but... It was a refresher, that's for sure. So let's see if we can find it. Watch like finding Ironjaw to be super hard now that we're actually looking for him. When we weren't looking for him, he just showed up all the time. Is that him? There he is. Somebody killed him. That sucks. I should have killed him. Well, it looks like we're going to have to wait for Ironjaw to spawn. Just my luck. Oh, whatever. We're gonna get some herbs. It's always something to do. Kinda wish I got another quest. Who's this guy? Stone Grazer. Oh, fuck. Should I fight this guy? Should we give Stone Grazer a try? Let's fight Stone Grazer. Come here, Stone Grazer. He's got trucks. I think we can probably beat him, maybe. Oh no, probably not. Let's see if we can kite him. No. Okay. Run away! That blade did a little bit of damage, but it's too beefy, man. Thing is, we didn't go in with like Hots Up and Bark Skins, so that obviously would have helped. Oh, these guys have Sprint? I didn't know that. Phase Burst, they call it. Increases movement speed by 10%. Alright, let's heal up. Then we'll see if we can find Ironjaw. Maybe he's about to spawn. I don't know why they made the quest like that. Now find Ironjaw. Why don't you just say like, hey, I need the pelts for the wolves. There's this one called Ironjaw. It's a special one. Make sure you get that one too. Instead, we've got to finish this quest for the first 12. And then we come back, and then we got to get this one now. And this place is kind of rough because there's a lot of these like phase lizards, like this guy. Oh, he's still on the ground, man. It's rough. Yeah, maybe I should, I don't know, call it. I don't want to wait too long. And we'll just finish it next episode. I don't want to, like, just keep you guys here while I just run around on my Kodo. It's already been, like, it's already been over 30 minutes. But we'll get Iron Jaw next episode. And then we'll see what Malukaz wants with those pelts. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.